now, let's welcome Barbara Paolucci of Novant Health Gastroenterology. Welcome to the show today, Barbara. It's such a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having me.
It's exciting. So I want to start by learning a little bit more about you. So tell me about your education and your background, because I know our viewers are interested in that.
Well, thank you so much. I grew up in upstate New York in the Albany-Saratoga area, and there's a college, a women's college in the area called Russell Sage, and that's where I ended up going for my bachelor's in nursing. And when I finished that, I knew I wanted to work at the master's level, and I was looking at education at the time, but they didn't have a nurse practitioner program at that point, so I finished my master's degree and started working, raising kids, but always wanted to become a nurse practitioner. And so ended up with a divorce, and after the divorce, I met a wonderful person, my current partner, who said to me, "You light up when you talk about becoming a nurse practitioner, so you got to go back to school." So I went back to school and got my postmaster's certificate in nurse practitioner, and my last semester, we had planned to move down here. We found a house in Varnamtown, and it's beautiful. And we never expected that we would find a home the first place we went on vacation to look, but we we loved our house, and we came down here. And so I've been here since December of 2011. And,
quite a while.
Yeah. So
that's awesome. That's a great story.
Thank you.
I think most recently you were with Dr. Rick Crane at Atlantic Internal Medicine. Is that correct?
I was, yes. I was able to be with him from 17 till last fall when he changed his practice, which was a wonderful experience for me. I had been working in pain management and orthopedics and did a lot of specialized medicine at that point in time, and decided I really wanted to get back to my roots with primary care. I'm a certified health coach, and I really love wellness. I love helping people manage their bodies and their health. So when I got back into primary care, I was really able to do that, and I found that to be a really big growth year for me.
Wow, that's awesome. You certainly have a lot of experience. And early in your career, you say there wasn't one thing that made you decide that you wanted to be a nurse practitioner. You just sort of always knew that you wanted to do that, right?
I did. I think, you know, it was a culmination of everything. I had done a lot of teaching. I had worked in all areas. When I worked in the hospital, I worked in surgical, intensive care, ER, all those kind of areas. And when I got into teaching, I ended up working in OB, which is family, pediatrics, and I taught in diploma programs as well as LPN programs. I've taught in nurses' aides. And when it came around the time of my divorce, I actually took a job that was with an insurance company. And my role there was a health coach. And so I started out working in an asthma care program. And our supervisor at the time was a visionary with regards to health coaching, and she got us into a certification program. And I developed that asthma care program. I got into a low back care program, and then also a diabetes care program. So I was doing disease management for people with all of those conditions, and would talk with them and guide them, but they would always have to go back and work with their provider. And so when I was talking about it, I knew that it could be one-stop shopping if I was their provider as well. And so I decided to go back to school because I could do all of the parts of their medical care for them.
And so now you're bringing all of your experience to Novant Health Gastroenterology, correct?
I am, yes.
And so that is located right off 17, isn't it?
It is. So it's a little confusing because it's called Medical Campus Drive.
Oh, yeah.
But if you know where Galloway Sands is, or Summit Dermatology,
it's right back there.
It's right behind there. And it was a building that was vacant for a very long time. And a year ago, they put in a new endoscopy center. And our office is right next door. It's really quite beautiful. It's a lovely place for healthy people to come for healthy procedures.
Everybody needs a colonoscopy in this area.
That's right.
So had you ever worked in in gastroenterology before, or is this new for you?
Well, when I worked on med-surg in the floors, everything was related to gastroenterology. If people came in with bowel
That's true.
obstructions or many different GI bleeds, I took care of people with that in intensive care. So it was all mixed throughout my experience.
And you say you're right next door to the endoscopy suites, so
Yes.
that makes it really convenient for the surgeons as well as you all.
It certainly does.
Yeah, that was really a great thing for the community to open that. What it's been a year now.
It has. I think May was when they had opened last year.
Yeah, it's been a year now. So.
And the nice thing about the endoscopy center is that it is a part of the hospital.
Right.
So it meets all the regulations that a hospital would meet,
Right.
but at a lower cost to the patient. And so
Exactly.
people get concerned about going to a standalone center for surgical
Right.
procedures.
Right.
But this is held to the
need.
highest standards. Yes, yes. We have certified nurse anesthetists that are with every procedure. Our
Right.
surgeons, not surgeons, our providers are board certified gastroenterologists. And they're wonderful. They really care about their patients. And with me, I have been with them for 6 weeks. And every teaching opportunity, somebody is there to help and say, think about this.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's wonderful, Barbara. You sound like you're very happy in your position, and we wish you the best. So, can our viewers get in touch with you at the practice?
Yes, they can. I'm on my chart, so if they
Okay.
are members of Novant Health in any place, they can get me on my chart.
Right.
But we also have a phone number at the office. It is 910-754-5988. And
And they could also go to NovantHealth.org.
that's correct. Yes.
That's great.
Lots of access.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure. You're always so full of excitement and great news. So I look forward to having you back.
Thank you very much.